If we eat, our hunger is gone. If we have Brahma Vidya, we are liberated. Only those with Chaitanya and Vidya, the Sattva-guna predominant people, can get the attainment of the Sarvabhava. For people with little or no Vidya, no Chaitanya or Sattva-guna, the attainment of Vidya is either delayed or sometimes never attained at all. Also, Brahma and Brahma Vidya is the same in Vamadeva and the great Sattvic people like him, as well as in all human beings, whether or not with Vidya. But the people with Alpa Vidya does not know it. No one can ever obstruct Brahma Vidya manifesting in a human being who has acquired Vidya by Brahmacharya and other methods like Ashtanga Yoga, etc. Nobody can prevent Vidya happening in any human being. Human beings are indebted by Brahmacharya to the great rishis, and by Yajna to the Devas, and by Praja or Progeny to the Pidrus, ancestors. That is our family race. That is how we get our body. No, but to all these people, we are actually indebted for our existence, and the owner, usually any person who owns some wealth, try to protect his wealth, his cows, as if it is his own body. No, they do not want to part with that wealth. They have a Dvaita of body, of the possessions, and do not want any Advaita. They just want to protect it, that's all. Now, they have a dislike for Brahmajnana. Why? Because they want to have a domestic life. They want to have so many treasures, so many things, house, car, this, that and all. They want possessions and acquisition of wealth, power. Because of that, they don't want Brahmajnana. If Brahmajnana is attained, you will not think about these things. No, the Brahmajnanin as Advaitin is strong and compassionate and intellectual personality who is respected and loved by all. The Dvaitins are afraid of that strength and power. This is natural because Devas like Indra trying to obstruct the penances of or tapasya of the different sages like Vishwamitra. They give examples like that because it is usually for the people who want power, who want possessions. They don't like people who are compassionate, who doesn't need any selfish motives. Even in our life, we can see that people who are doing, making even the education and health section business people, they don't like other people giving social service because people will go to them, no? So that type of thing is everywhere, even in knowledge, it is there. Purva Paksha asks if the Deva are powerful and they can obstruct karma like the Kala. Kala is that time. Kala, karma, mantra, aushadha, tapas. And if they can give the desired effects like wounds easily, won't there be lack of faith in the difficult anushtana of Shastra by human beings? Shankara says, no. This Jagat appears as many and wonderful and has definite laws and causes for each object in it. There are cause and effect thing is for every seen object. If this manyness is its svabhava, both become impossible. If we take the view that karma is the cause of pain and pleasure, no Deva, no time, no Ishvara, nothing can even alter that karma phala. If you do a good karma, you are going to get the effect. You are doing a bad karma, you are going to get the effect. Nothing can prevent that. So, karma is the controller based upon the karaka of Kala and Ishvara. It is not according to the will or wish of any human being, any Deva, Ishvara, Kala, Dasha, Desha, nothing. The helping is Karaga, is karma or getting karma phala. Therefore, there is no need to have loss of faith in Shastra or science and its anushtana or practice. The effects will be always according to our own karma. The forces mentioned can either speed up or obstruct the attainment and help us. Now, this will actually increase and not decrease the anushtana of Shastra and faith in it. This is all the contrary, it will help only. Sometimes these causes like time, Ishvara, etc., depending upon the karma of one's past janma, can cause obstruction of karma. Karma vighna, we call it, in this janma itself. The nature and guna or quality of karma, kala, daivam, dravyam, etc. are not easy to cognize. It is called durvikneya, not easy to cognize. And therefore the world is perplexed at its functioning. The different people say different opinions because of their levels of understanding. Some say it is due to karma, others say it is due to daivam, and others say that it is due to kala, and still others say it is due to swabhava of dravya, etc. Another view is that it is a combined effect of all these. Sarva ete sambandha. So, different opinions do exist in the world. Veda and Smriti have approved the importance of karma and say, Punyo vai punyena karmana bhavati papa papena. All the things mentioned are important in each Vishaya. When one is gaining importance in its own field, the importance of the others seem temporarily reduced. The effects attained by karma had been proved by logic, nyaya. Though the effects of other karma can be obstructed by deva, time, kala, etc., the effect of Brahma Vidya cannot be obstructed by them. Dhamma is attained when one has Vidya. In worldly sense, when the eye of the seer has contact and union with the sun ray, the form is manifested. No? Sunlight, Prakasha is needed for our vision. Similarly, when Atma has union with Vijnana, the darkness of avidya is removed and Vidya revealed and the Brahma is attained. The vision of Brahma is only for those people. The Purvapaksha asked, we are not seeing it. No? For that you have to remove our avidya. Only then we will be able to see with the inner eye. The darkness is removed only by light. The light cannot be obstructed by Deva or any other power. Light is always there. It is natural for us. Atmaswarupam dhyeyam yathat sarva shastra vigneyam brahma hi yasmat esham devanam sa brahmachit bhavati. Shankara says, the Brahmajnani is the subject of meditation for even the Deva and is the Brahma itself. It is wisdom and knowledge personified. So, Brahmajnani is wisdom, knowledge personified. In the Samakala, that is equal time, is used here for simultaneously. The Samakala of Brahma Vidya, all the obstructions due to avidya will be lost. The effects of desha, time, desha, kala, space-time, nimitta, etc. are for limited anatma vishaya. And only those can be changed or obstructed by the Deva. The Brahman is timeless and beyond limitations of space-time movement, etc., etc. Therefore, not touched by them or even by the devas. Here Shankara enters into a discussion with the Purva Paksha on Santata Vidya and Vischinna Vidya. Santata and Vischinna Vidyas. The subject of discussion is whether the stream of consciousness is Santata, continuous, or Vischinna, interrupted. A discussion on consciousness. The living organisms cannot have a continuous stream of consciousness throughout its lifespan. All of us know that, no? While we do our daily course, usually the interruptions do occur. When we resort to our different jobs, our professions for a living, during these periods there has to be interruptions naturally. But after these interruptions, the mind of the Brahmagnani comes back to the original state of Vidya, and this re-entry or the second experience and the first experience before interruption are not different. The first experience interrupted by some daily professional duties and all, then again coming back. Now the first and the second vision or the Brahma state is not different, it is the same. So the first flow and the second flow of Vidya with a flow of Aparavidya as an interruption in between. Even though there is a flow of Aparavidya looking like an interruption, the first and the second flow of the Brahmavidya is the same. It is never interrupted, in fact. That is only for our some different reason that it is interrupted. This is so for both samsari and sannyasi. There is no difference. Sometimes even those who know the directions well may have the Dikviparyaya Vibhrama. Dikviparyaya Vibhrama may forget the direction sometimes because of that interruption. And similarly, after attainment of Vidya, there is a chance for forgetting it due to increase in avidya, in samprajnata state, like that. When such things happen, also doubts can arise, and that doubt can become perpetuated. Then they misunderstand pramana as apramana. For the Brahmagnani, there are no depths to be fulfilled to anyone. There is nothing, no depths remain for him to get fulfilled. And one does not, when one does not know Brahman, the prayer, the worships, sacrifices, pranidhana, etc. are done with a feeling that I am different from Ishvara. He serves God as if he has some depths to the God. No? That is because some people have a feeling like that. This feeling of duality is called avidya. You have to remove that avidya. That is why they are praying. And they are serving God as if he had some purva janma runa, depths to the God. No. That is why it has said that such upasaga are like domestic animals to the Deva, whom they meditate upon. Now, here Shankara says a very important sentence. Edasya hya vidyapo varnashramadi pravibhagavatto adhikritasya karmano vidya sahidasya kevalasya cha शास्त्रोक्तस्य कार्यं मनुष्यादिगो ब्रह्मांत उत्कर्षा. Now, what does this sentence mean? The karma allotted according to the tendencies of each due to triguna are the varna dharma. Very important. The ashrama dharma are according to the chronological age and state of life. One is according to one's asana, Varna dharma. Ashrama dharma is according to your chronological age. Both these, even if one does without proper understanding of what they are doing or not, gradually leads one to development and leads to liberation if you do it properly. The final attainment of Brahma is possible with any of these, but in a slow and steady way only. It takes time. That is all. Takes time, that's all. But those who do not do the karma as prescribed scientifically or do unnatural acts against and opposite to their own dharma will go down in status and become sthavara because of their karma in their next janma or in their next birth. They may go back to sthavara. The three lokas are these: high, intermediate and low planes. The bhava of vidya is sarvatmagatva, and anything against or opposite is called avidya. The only aim of Shastra is attainment of sarvatma bhava. Only for those with avidya there are obstacles in the path. The entire Upanishads are for showing the differences between vidya and avidya so that the proper path is shown. Deva is a name denoting everything that shines, which has light to shine. The stars, the different grahas, the Pitru or ancestors are all called by this name Deva, Pitru Deva, or the Nakshatra Devadas. Like that. The people in the earth, if they have light of knowledge, are also called Bhudeva. Those with the light of Jnana, they are Bhudeva. Instead of trying to attain the Vidya, asking for boons of worldly nature, give me that, like that. After doing meditation on God, it is like the animal-like foolish behavior towards the Deva by a man. In Anugita also, Vyasa has said, Kaunteya, the Devaloka is filled with people who do Kriya. When going beyond that, the Deva does not like. That is why Devas keep them there itself. Why are human beings do the Deva Karma? Because of their Varna and because of their Ashrama. That is why they are doing that. What is Varna? Varna is that guna by which, as if they are bound forever in the wheels of the samsara chakra, human beings go on doing different karma. This answer of Shankara shows that the Varna is related to the jobs, to the professions of people taken up due to the Triguna personality predominant in them. So also we also described it in the Gita commentary. Why is not the Sarga of Indra etc. not said after the Sarga of Agni or energy? Why the Sarga of energy, the Sarga of Prachavadi was completed? Therefore it was not said. The Sarga of Indra etc., that is Deva, human and others, is the cause for karma and its rights, and it's useful for only those with avidya. Now what will be said? We will say about that. Agni is fire, energy. It represents Brahman and therefore is Brahmana. Indra etc. are Kshatriya. Indra is, we consider as a Deva, is a Kshatriya. And is another expression of energy only, different type of energy. And they want their land, wealth, cattle, humans, etc. to be always under their protection, under their power, no? So they are conscious of their power and wealth, economy and power, they are conscious. But it is from the energy, the fire, the Brahman, that all other types of energy are formed in order of their strength or their functioning power. The four Varna are therefore the organs of Brahman, and they are not separate. Once you say that Brahman, and from the different parts of Brahman, these Varnas originated, that means they are all the same. The organs cannot be different from the body, no? So that is the same energy in four different manifestations of power. If the organs become separate and quarrel, the complete and perfectly healthy state cannot be obtained. The Sarga was in Avarohana order from the Brahman, and in the same order, in reverse way, the human beings have to ascend. Arohana we have to do to the Brahman state. So, if it is from the Avarohana that the Srishti had occurred, the Arohana should be from below upwards, that is from the feet upwards. Okay, the travel of human intelligence is always from earth. Human beings live on earth. So the Arohana should be from the earth through the directions of space, then to the sun, and then time beyond the sun. It is both poetical as well as scientific here. Nitya Chaitanya writes here, our own powers of imagination are far superior than any of the best telescopes. Our imagination can travel not only in the space, but beyond that, and also in the time beyond. As we observe all these and scan the mysteries of the universe, no part of the universe is alienated from our vision or disconnected with our experience. Where is the end to it? The farther and farther we look or imagine, there is something farther than that. That's something which looks like beyond everything and is as if it is very far off, beyond everything. It is actually closest to our heart, is perceived by Brahma Vidya alone, and that alone is the aim of all the Upanishadic teachings.